guys, I missed out on Detective 27 and I'm gonna flagellate myself till Holy Week for that one.
Okay, just mentally, just not in front of us.
Alright. In the meantime, here's a book that I'd like to recommend. I picked it up this week, Manifest Destiny #3. It is the first issue outside The Walking Dead from Robert Kirkman's Skybound imprint within the Image comic
Comics.
book series. Basically, Manifest Destiny is about the story of Lewis and Clark. They're American figures, they're pioneers who back centuries ago, former American President Thomas Jefferson sent them out to map out the United States before the European powers could colonize the rest of those wild and untamed lands. And this is a retelling of that story, except that in a modern way, very much like Abraham Lincoln fought all these vampires. So I'm sure you've seen that one. This one tells the story of Lewis and Clark, and they go about mapping out the West.
So it's a mashup.
Something like that, and they meet in their mapping out the United States. They meet all these supernatural creatures from Native American folklore. You have, for lack of a better term, these minotaurs, half men, half bison. They fight, and then they also go up against swamp thing-like creatures. No? It's an incredible story. It's like, because back in the day, if you look at the French Foreign Legion, they used even criminals to help discover all these new lands.
Yeah.
So that's what they did here. They got some criminals also to go with the volunteers with the promise of home and property to map out the United States, and they meet all sorts of weird adventures in this course. And of course, it's based on real people, but in supernatural and extraordinary circumstances. It's a great story by Chris Dinges with art by Matthew Roberts. Very, very, very intricate. If you can see, check it out.
It looks a lot like Tony Moore style.
Tony Moore style. Yeah.
And it's a Kirkman, right?
Yes.
It's a production by Kirkman. So.
Yeah, but written by Chris Dinges. And
I've never heard of that guy.
Yep, and he's a newbie. And I urge you to check it out. It's a pretty good comic book. If you check out with Sandy here at Comic Odyssey, Manifest Destiny has been doing pretty well. And this is something. If Abraham Lincoln versus Vampire Slayer is tricked film, I don't see how this cannot be eventually optioned.
I think that's what Kirkman's intention is. That
Yeah.
all these properties he's developing are gonna become movies.
Yeah, it's a
Wants to
good
be
book.
the master of the unknown.
Yeah. If you're into looking to start out something, new indie stuff, you might want to check it out.
And it's just a few issues in, so
Yeah, so you're not gonna be lost
in
completely.
continuity.
Yeah, so check it out. It's $2.99 from Skybound Image and Manifest Destiny. Chris Dinges, Matthew Roberts. Pretty good, man. Pretty good.